I'm your host, Josie James. This is episode 27. This is mainly an update. We're going to be talking about some politics that has been going on, but we're still going. I know some of you have been asking through direct messages to me and to Joe about what's going on with Kickstarter and everything. Well, right now we're kind of like at ground zero and below ground zero because of a little problem that happened with the laptop. Okay, that we use that has all our editing programs on it, has our sound effects, all that good stuff on it. It's kaput right now. Okay, if you watched the show, for those of you who actually watch this. The screen is cracked, and now apparently there's a virus on it that's keeping us from even turning. Well, we can turn it on, but it won't let us go past the initial stage of saying something's wrong with the hard drive. So we called around, found a local computer shop that might be able to fix it, but the problem is it's going to cost us rough estimate about $300 to get everything wrong with it fixed. Not a problem, right? Wrong. As we've said before, we're working on a shoestring budget that has no shoestrings. Well, on top of all that, neither me nor Joe are working at permanent jobs. We're working through temp services. We've got nothing saved up, and we haven't been able to save up anything. We're still trying to find regular, down-to-earth jobs, and we can't find a thing. I think right now, especially here in Ohio, because of our goofy governor having really... let's put it this way, he's proven to be a Republican. And jobs are very scarce. A lot of times there are people that once they've got a job, they're hanging on to it tooth and nail. So it's very hard to get into anywhere. I mean, anywhere. We're still trying. We're still looking. I have my associates. Joe has an associate. So, that should count for something. Strange enough, that it actually counts what it used to count to have a high school diploma about 30-40 years ago. So, we're trying to further our education. We ran into some financial aid troubles because of having prior degrees, so it's all juggling up in the air. We're still going to try and go through with what we can. One of the things someone recommended to us was we go to the GoFundMe page, and that's part of what we're going to actually be talking about today. We decided on a moral ground it wouldn't be right, because this is something we should be able to do ourselves. Make sense? We should be able to find work. We should be able to save up money. We should be able to walk into the shop and have it repaired, no problem. Of course, we keep running into the problems of no job. So, we're both working with temp services, and I haven't been called back to work, even though I call in every day like I'm supposed to. I know I'm available for work. Joe's doing the same thing. I think it's been a couple weeks for him since they've called him in. Same with me. So we're still going. But now on to the GoFundMe pages. We're seeing a lot of things on it when we looked it up. And so if you're wondering how we're actually posting this and doing this, Joe's going to be doing the editing on a friend's laptop. The only thing they have is the basic live movie maker, so he's still going, oh, geez. Because Joe uses, I should say, 3 different editing programs, and they're locked, and so it's like, we're still wondering how we got the virus. So it's all pretty much, shoot us. As I said about GoFundMe pages, we're seeing things on there that makes us wish we could give money. people who need help with medical things like that. They might have gotten burned up in a fire saving children, something like that, and they need help with their medical bills. Understandable, cool. You know, if you're someone who actually watches my show and get on the GoFundMe page and you can give money to these people, do it. Okay. But unfortunately, a couple of GoFundMe pages that popped up. Let's see here. Memories Pizza. We're not going to help gay people with their weddings. As a lot of people have mocked, who serves pizza at a wedding? Right. Even though there are a couple of pizza places that started laughing and said, well, we'll serve you pizza, we don't care. As long as the money's good, the money's green. That's what business is supposed to be about. And these idiots are getting away with this under the religious freedoms. All that is a disguise of bigotry. That's all it really is. Next, they'll say, well, we don't serve purple people because it's against our religion. Now, for those wondering, well, aren't these laws necessary? No, they're not. The Constitution, the amendments already cover freedom from and for religion. Now, let me see if I can say this again. Freedom from and for religion. Well, what does that mean? Well, it means you're supposed to be able to worship as you please, worship who you please. That's what the founding fathers knew what this country was supposed to be about. So for those who say, well, this is a Christian nation. Yes, again. I say a good, 80% of the founding fathers weren't Christians. They were escaping from religious persecution. Being told, you have to be Catholic, you have to be Christian, you have to be Jewish. And they're going, we don't want to be. So that was, as far as the founding fathers go, you're supposed to be able to worship as you please, but you're not supposed to be able to enforce your beliefs onto somebody else. And you're not supposed to be able to discriminate against somebody for having a different set of beliefs. It's called being a real, or for those Christians that watch my show, it's called being a real Christian. Christian? Real Christian. You know, for those who are saying, well, my Bible says, no, actually it doesn't. Unfortunately, and I hate to say this, you know, because I do have Christian friends, and I've debated with some honest ones that say, yeah, that sounds about right. That does sound like there's something screwy going on. For instance, Leviticus, the ones that they always like to quote, if thou wallest with a man as if with a woman, thou art supposed to be put to death. Wow. Guess what? That's not what it says. An actual translation done by a Rabbi Stephen Greenberg. Yeah, I had quite a day. It was from his book, Wrestling with God and Man. Okay. He went back and actually took a look and retranslated it, a word-for-word translation, because Hebrew has a sentence structure quite similar to English. Interesting. And it actually says, thou shalt not penetrate a man or others. Others, I would guess, meaning goats, sheep, people, women. To humiliate. To humiliate. Keep that in mind. It is an abomination. Wow. So if two people are getting on and they're really enjoying each other, they're not feeling humiliated unless that was part of their fantasy play. You know, ooh, humiliate me, spank me, let me know I was a bad boy. Okay? But other than that, true humiliation is being forced into something. You're made to do something you don't want to do. Oh, wait a minute. We have a rape word for that in our society today. It's called rape. So, no, Sodom and Gomorrah. It doesn't say what their sin was. It doesn't say exactly what they did. What were the natural uses that this is referring to? We have no idea. We can guess. But the fact that Sodom, and the word sodomy, doesn't actually mean anything. We weren't there. We don't know what they were doing. Okay. The closest we can understand is, and as a friend of mine who's actually a Christian minister put it, he believes that the sins that were committed by Sodom and Gomorrah were those of hospitality. That there were certain rules and laws that were supposed to be in effect, no matter what religion, no matter where you were at, as far as how you treated people coming into your city. And raping them wasn't one of them. So, now, so I've seen the GoFundMe page for the Memories Pizza. There's a whole lot of bigots going, here's some money. For crying shame. And then, unfortunately, there was that bakery down in Florida that refused to put hate messages on cake. Now, the woman in question is a Christian, but she did not believe in promoting hate. Wait a minute. According to the Bible, Jesus, who these Christians are supposedly following, didn't believe in hate either. The closest he came to hating was the money changers in the temple, and they were pretty much pulling a swindle in the name of religion, taking people's money. I wonder how many televangelists could be in trouble for that. How many of them would he be taking the whip to? Because we're running into a lot of those that preach hate. You know, or there's like the doddering old Pat Robertson who wants to go on and on about, oh, I have a magic necklace and it protects me from gay people. And and apparently these rings have a needle in them that I will supposedly inject you with to make you gay. What? Okay. But that's just some of the basic stupidity I've been seeing in the news. Plus, as we've seen, a lot of Republicans are trying to run for office, so far none of them are a good choice. None of them. Even if I was tempted, it had to be one heck of a Republican. I was actually doing the right things by the American people, and not the, let me keep screwing over the middle class and lower, in order to help out my rich buddy become even richer, even though he doesn't need any money, instead of making sure he gets taxed like everybody else, where we can actually pay for road repairs, schools, things like that. And, let's see about going to war into a situation where we don't need to be. It's none of our business. Okay. And these, I'm also looking at 47 Republicans that really need to be tried for treason. As far as I'm concerned, that's a done deal and should have been. But Barack Obama, of course, is trying to play polite and nice and trying to get these guys to do what they need to be doing. President Obama, I see what you're trying to do. You're probably one of the few honest presidents we've had in a long time. Break out the Secret Service and lock those chumps up before they screw the country over anymore. Okay, it's supposed to be your job and whoever you assign to deal with other countries. It's not their job to hurry up and write a letter off behind your back. Okay, and that's my thoughts on that. As far as Democrats that are possibly running, well, we know Hillary Clinton. I'm all for it. And people keep thinking, I've seen all these, she couldn't possibly do any. Obama's been basically still trying to straighten out all the mess Bush caused while in office. Right now, instead of being one of the more respected countries, we're one of the more disrespected countries. Thanks to Bush and Cheney. And I hope they come after me for slander. I'd love that. They were in political offices. They're living in a glass house. I will throw stones. Okay. They pretty much... We used to be one of the more respected countries in the world. Now we're one of these countries that, a lot of countries are now taking a look and going, oh, we like this President Obama. You see what he's trying to do for his people. Who are these idiots? They're called Congress. A lot of people don't understand, and they want to blame certain things that Obama should have been doing this. Obama has certain powers and limitations, same as Congress does. It's called a balance. It's called checks and balances. He has quite literally had to step over those idiots a couple of times and expand, not really expand, these are actually things he can do, and they've been done by prior presidents, like with the children, the immigrants that came running up from Mexico because they were all in danger, and those are children. And what are the Republicans going to do? Oh, we need to hurry up and send them back. They're children. They're running for their lives. Don't know the exact circumstances, but at least Obama was trying to do something to show himself as a real person. And I do believe he is a Christian, as he's trying to live by Christian ideals. Love thy neighbor as thy love thyself. There's a whole lot of Republicans who are just hating on themselves, ain't there? Okay. Well, this is pretty much just a run-up. I'm going to try and keep this short. But that's my thoughts. I am hoping on Hillary running for office. Some of the others I'd love to see run. But as I've been reading through, sometimes maybe they're better off in Congress to help combat the idiots that are there. That's Elizabeth Warren, Wendy Davis, Bernie Sanders. You know, these are people that, you know, and Bernie Sanders said he might run, but he's trying to take some feelers out. Hillary, if you by any weird chance actually happen to watch this show, which I doubt, I've got the viewership like this, offer Bernie Sanders to be your VP. Why not? He's got some good ideals, and he has no problem with opening up his mouth and saying, you people are full of it. You know, he has no trouble. He has, he's like Joe Biden. He'll tell people somebody off in a heartbeat. So this is Josie James saying, look at both sides of an issue and decide for yourself, and don't let some loudmouth idiot, including me, tell you what to think. This is Josie James saying, have a good day.